Well, I know the person you recognize from midday on WBKO. Welcome back, Darla Johnson, Oglesby. Good to see you.
Well, good to see you too, Gene. It's really nice to be back.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. I was trying to add up how many years I've been gone, and I mean, I don't even remember, but we think 3.
Okay, all right. Well, tell the folks the years you were here and everything you did.
Oh, gosh. Okay, well, behind Amy Bingham, I guess I probably held the most different positions here. I started the day after I graduated Western. As a reporter slash weekend, see, I've already forgotten, reporter slash AM producer. So going back and forth between those schedules, and then I switched to reporter, and then I switched to weekend anchor, and then I don't know what else in between, but I ended with Midday Live, producing and anchoring that show, and that's really kind of the show that I claim the most, the one that I love, because Whitney Ray, you guys may remember her, and kind of generating that show and making it an hour, and it was a fun show, and that's when we started the cooking and just a lot of new things.
And they're all staples in that show now.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. What stands out in your memory about your years here?
Oh gosh, there's so many memories, and I guess when I think about this place, I think about just the kindred spirits, just the people. I look back and so many of people that are just my dear friends are who I worked with, and a lot of them not even here now, but it's just the people that you are working with when you're here. You have this closeness with them, and the place isn't the same without the people.
I know what you mean. And they change pretty often around here these days.
They change a lot.
Any funny anecdotes you recall from your days here? Anything happen in the shows?
Oh gosh, the one thing that stands out to me the most is going to be an embarrassing one, but it was during the period that Amy was the interim news director, and I was so excited because she is the one who let me be the weekend anchor, but there was a requirement in order to be the weekend anchor. And she called me up on the phone and she said, Darla, so before you can anchor the weekends, I'm going to need you to get your eyebrows waxed. And she said it in a really nice way, but I mean, I was mortified because I had to get my eyebrows waxed. And she did me the hugest favor, because I look back at pictures, back in the day, and I was like, oh dear, I inherited my dad's bushy eyebrows. So thank you, Amy, for that favor.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Amy.
Appreciate that.
And folks want to know what you're doing now.
Well, I left here to be a stay-at-home mom, and that's still what I'm doing. But I left here with 2 kids. You all may remember that I had adopted twice.
Right.
Precious, precious babies, and so I stayed home just to watch them grow. And then we got the surprise of a lifetime a year ago when the agency that we had used with both of our children called out of the blue and said, we just want to let you know that Liam's birth mother's pregnant again. Do you want the baby? I mean, so let me pray with this for a second. Yes, we do want the baby. So March of last year, we were blessed with child number 3. Her name is Amelia, and she is actually the biological sibling of our first. And so she just turned 1. Well, when Amelia was 6 months old, we got the surprise of a lifetime, because I found out I was pregnant. So let's do the math. That was 11 years of infertility, 3 adoptions, and then what? I'm pregnant? So more math, that's 4 kids, 5 and under. So I'm busy. That's all I do. It's the first time I put on makeup in 3 years, and this is the first time I fixed my hair in 3 years.
It's probably the longest you've sat down in 3 years.
It is. I even had to figure out, how do I sit in this chair?
Well, the Lord does work in mysterious ways.
Yes, He does. We haven't figured it out yet. I mean, we're excited, but I am in shock still. And I'm about to, I've got a few weeks left, but
that's
I'm
wonderful.
Still in shock.
That's incredible, isn't it?
It is.
Wow. So what has being at Channel 13 meant to you? Anything else you wanted to mention about being here?
Well, gosh, I sat in with both Fida and Amy, and they were just sitting here, and it's so similar, just the stories that they share, and I feel like, it's just the same thing, because you know, I lost both my parents when I was here. I was a newlywed when I was here. Welcomed my first child when I was here. My second child when I was here. Just so many life ups and downs happened when I was here, and that's why the people here are just so important, because you experience that with them and they experience that with you. And so I feel like when you leave here, you know, those friendships don't go away. And so, I mean, really that's what stands out the most, is just BKO becomes an identity, you know, for you. And that's, you know, even though I'm not here anymore, you know, I still feel like I can identify myself with this place just because of so many life experiences while I was here.
Yeah, well, congratulations on a wonderful life, and thanks for coming back.
Thanks for having me.